Playlist. I don't know which one you wanted to watch. Okay. Disgusting. Leftist cover for
Biden reinforces the false
Hamas.
idea that Palestinians instigated this cycle of violence. Of course they instigated this cycle of violence. Are you insane?
I cannot watch that footage.
Wait. Hamas instigated this cycle of violence? It was so crazy when Hamas was like, yo, IDF, you should go fucking evict the Palestinians in Sheikh Jarrah or threaten to remove them from their homes, and also simultaneously set up blockades for the past fucking, 30, 40 fucking years, right? In occupied territory that the international community has condemned as a war crime. And then on top of that, Hamas was like, yo, please fucking, rubber bullet the mosque goers after you already prevented a bunch of fucking Palestinians from going to the mosque in general.
And see a fair fight.
Who's firing the rockets?
What they are doing to the Palestinian people is what they continue to do to our black brothers and sisters here.
They don't hate America because they hate Israel. They hate Israel because they hate America. The left's willingness to cover for actual honest-to-God terrorist groups is astonishing to me.
Or maybe, just maybe, like, Rashida Tlaib personally has, experience with the matter. I don't know. That could be part of it. Or, I don't know. Maybe they, like, literally see IDF beating the shit out of people inside of a mosque and think, like, that's kind of fucked up.
It really is an amazing thing. Hamas makes no bones about the fact that they wish to wipe out every Jew. Okay, this is not a conflict over land. This is not a conflict over borders. This is not a... You have one group that wishes to kill everyone of a particular group and one group that wishes to live. They are being very inconvenient in that they are not...
Dude, all Palestinians are Hamas, okay? All Palestinians want to wipe out all Jews. And also, simultaneously, like, Israel is not doing literally, like, the actions that Ben Shapiro claims all Palestinians want to subject all Jews to. That's great, dude. Just role reversal. Just in order to make your argument, just straight up fucking, just say that your enemy is exactly like the actions and take the actions that you yourself or your side is fucking committing. Just say that your enemy's doing it.
Not willingly dying. There have been times in the past where Jews were quite soft in their own defense. It didn't end well for them. That's never going to happen again. That's why the state of Israel exists, and people are angry that the state of Israel exists. And so you have to come up with all sorts of bizarre justifications for why Israel is not right to defend itself here. Fortunately, we have sitting Congress people, who are full on on this sort of stuff. So, for example, you have Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez openly defending Hamas, right? This genius. So Joe Biden said that Israel has a right to defend itself, which, by the way, isn't it kind of amazing that you have to actually say that?
Does Palestine have a right to defend itself? Does Palestine have a right to defend itself? That's the question you got to ask. Like, can Palestinians defend themselves against an occupying force? Obviously, no. Ben Shapiro does not think that.
Israel, which is a sovereign country, has the right to defend itself? What would the converse be? It doesn't have the right to defend itself? Of course it has the right to defend itself. You know what would happen if there were a terrorist group, or say the government of Mexico, which is actually...
Or the government of Israel, which operates as a fucking terrorist group against Palestinians.
What is going on? Hamas is the government of the Gaza Strip. What if the government of Mexico were firing hundreds of rockets into San Diego?
Dude, people that say they launched the rockets first are so... Oh, you guys weren't here already. I went through piece by piece and described to you what fucking happened as the lead up to Hamas launching rockets. That's still not justifiable, because I don't think that, like, what Israel is doing is justifiable. And if I don't think what Israel is doing is justifiable, the small fraction of that, which is what Hamas does, just not even comparable because it's so asymmetrical, that's not justifiable either, okay? But the reason why rockets were fired upon Israel, which were quickly intercepted, by the way, by the Iron Dome system, was because Hamas demanded that the IDF no longer fucking beat the shit out of the Palestinians that were traveling to Al-Aqsa Mosque on Islam's holiest fucking day. And Al-Aqsa Mosque is one of Islam's holiest fucking sites on the planet. That's it. They wanted Israel to stop evicting the Palestinians from Sheikh Jarrah, and they wanted Israel to stop rubber bulleting and gassing and fucking beating the shit out of Muslims who were in Al-Aqsa, okay? Built on the site of the second Jewish temple. Dude, I love that take. It's like, I fucking love that take, dude. Okay, the entire city of Jerusalem is fucking holy. Okay, got it. Oh, dude, sorry. It's one of the holiest sites for Jews, too. So, okay, all right. So what do you want to do? You want to fucking bomb the mosque and just wipe it out? Like, I don't get it. Bring the Crusades back, bro. Sorry. I guess genocide is okay then.
Diego. Do you know how long that government would last? 0 days. We would be planting the American flag in Mexico City immediately. Okay, this.
Wait, would that make it right? Like, that's also kind of weird. It's like, dude, we would fucking be so devastating. Yeah. Okay,
notion
great.
that Israel is supposed to sit around and bear this sort of stuff is insane. So Biden says Israel has a right to defend itself, which is like the mildest form of, okay, Israel can kill a few Hamas leaders.
Like, what, honestly, listen to me. I'm seriously asking this because, like, maybe someone who knows Ben Shapiro can, like, tell me. Like, what could have Biden said? What should have Biden say that, like, that would have made him sound more militantly defending Israel? Like, what could he have said that made him literally sound more like he's in support of Israel? He literally said, I talked to all the surrounding leaders, Jack. Did not mention Palestinians once. The Americans blocked the fucking UN Security Council from even discussing peace talks. Okay? He's already said, like, I'm a Zionist. You don't need to be a Jew to be a Zionist. He said that we should be unapologetic about our support for Israel. Like, what could he have said that would make Ben Shapiro excited? Like, should he have said, Palestine, you do not deserve to be there, and may Israel wipe you off the face of the planet? Would Ben Shapiro be happy about that? Is that the only thing, and everything beyond that is actually unacceptable? Like, what do you want him to do, dude? You want him to sit there and fucking literally press the button to keep, like, drone striking fucking Palestinian buildings? Would you be comfortable then? Because Biden literally does not give a single shit about Palestinians. That much is clear. The only thing, and I said this yesterday, the only difference here is, like, between Biden and Trump, the only difference here for all of you fucking supposedly progressives, progressive for everything but Palestine, the only difference here between Biden and fucking Trump is that Donald Trump would have also been like, Palestinians are dogs and they deserve to be wiped out. That's it. The actions of the American government under Trump and Biden would have been nearly fucking identical. Okay? I can't speak for moving the embassy to Jerusalem, but it doesn't seem like Biden wants to take the embassy out of Jerusalem, the American embassy, legitimizing Israel's occupation there. Anyway.
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez then tweets out, blanket statements like these. Blanket statements? What state doesn't have the right to defend itself? Blanket statements like these with little context or acknowledgement of what precipitated this cycle of violence, namely the expulsions of Palestinians and attacks on Al-Aqsa, dehumanize Palestinians and imply the U.S. will look the other way at human rights violations. It's wrong. So it's wrong for her, for the Jewish state to defend itself. Okay, saying that Israel doesn't have a right to defend itself from ongoing consistent rocket attacks directed at civilians. Okay, there's a point where being anti-Israel shifts over into being anti-Semitic. Okay, and at the point...
Wait. What is that point for Ben? I thought it was literally the moment that you utter an anti-Zionist take, or the moment that you say anything that is, like, even remotely critical of Israel, you're an anti-Semite. Unless you are in support of Israel, then you can literally say anti-Semitic things and Ben will defend you, like Ann Coulter. What's the line for Ben, I wonder? Because it sure seems like Ben thinks literally any fucking mention of Israel that is not, like, full-throated support is anti-Semitism.
Point where you are saying that the Jewish state doesn't have the same rights as any other state on planet Earth, you have reached this point. Okay, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez tweeted out by only stepping in to name Hamas's actions, which are condemnable, and refusing to acknowledge the right...
Okay, but, like, she literally is condemning Hamas. What the fuck? So what's Ben's problem? Again, this is incredible. He's literally saying that, like, even if you condemn Hamas, which literally everyone does, come the fuck on, obviously, even if you condemn Hamas and then say, Israel, you should stop committing human rights abuses, it's, like, not enough. It's not enough. You literally have to say, no, what Israel's doing is poggers, okay? I'm Ben Shapiro. And hypothetically, what if ethnic cleansing, when done by Israelis, was actually very cool and very defendable? Like that's what the Ben Shapiro take is, okay? It's obvious. It's obvious that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez here, hypothetically, is defending Hamas by saying Hamas's actions are condemnable.
To Palestinians, Biden reinforces the false idea that Palestinians instigated this cycle of violence. Of course they instigated this cycle of violence. Are you insane? Who's firing the rockets?
Okay. I love when ardent defenders of Zionism and the IDF's actions and Israel always act like yesterday did not happen. They always there was that one interesting fucking meme where it's like there will be 11 fucking headlines leading up to the moment where Hamas fires rockets, right? And they just go, nothing happened before that moment. And it's just, the people were just like, oh yeah, we fucking love, dude, we're just gonna fucking do this, dude. Fuck yeah. There are absolutely fucking anti-Semitic freaks in Hamas, obviously. Okay? Obviously. But as far as them operating or basically locking the Palestinians in Gaza as the only administrative body, as far as they are representatives of that administrative body, they made demands, and their demands were stop beating the shit out of fucking people going to Al-Aqsa. It's on the record. Not only that, but also on top of that, there was a call for a ceasefire from the Hamas side. Once again, Hamas shot rockets at Israel 1,400 years ago. Yeah, exactly. Okay, where UN and the UAE and other fucking surrounding surrounding region leaders wanted to go to Hamas and ask for a ceasefire, and they said, and I'm not defending Hamas or anything, I'm just I'm reporting to you what the fucking news is, okay? And they said Israel needs to declare a ceasefire. They are the ones who are firing back. And Benjamin Netanyahu and other IDF leaders straight up said, no, we're not going to stop. When the UN Security Council wanted to at least start the peace talks and the ceasefire talks, the United States, in an effort to let Israel continue its bombing campaign, said, no, we are going to block this from happening. So there are certain parts that want to end the bombing campaign, okay? And there is one group that does not want to end the bombing campaign, and that group is fucking Israel, okay? Is the Israeli government, because they don't want to end it. They want to wipe out as many Palestinians as they can, or they want to fucking show the Palestinians if any motherfucker stands up and tries to fucking fight back in any way, shape, or form, we will bomb the fuck out of you. And that is precisely what is going on.
Who started the riots at Al-Aqsa? Okay, that is a lie to say that the Israelis started the riots at Al-Aqsa. It is not true.
Damn, going again and again and again over the same controversial topic without providing a solution sure is good for ad revenue. Are you talking about Ben or me? Because I've talked about my solutions multiple times. It's a one-state solution. Maybe you haven't been here, but it is the only solution, okay? And that solution is not going to be Israel in the way that it currently operates against Palestinians. A democratic country, a democratic nation state that is comprised of all Palestinians and all Israelis that are currently living there. That is the only fucking solution.
It is an overt lie. She says this is not neutral language. It takes a side, the side of occupation. She's an ignoramus and she's a fool. Okay, and that is perfectly clear.
They mean a solution they want to hear? Yeah, that's true.
Clear. I will attribute ignorance to her. I will attribute malice to Rashida Tlaib. So Rashida Tlaib is just a malicious.
Ooh, I wonder why Rashida Tlaib is malicious. I wonder if her being Palestinian has anything to do with why she's on top of everything else. AOC's kind of stupid, right? But Rashida Tlaib, she's malicious. I wonder why Rashida Tlaib is additionally malicious.
Pro-terror liar. So here's Rashida Tlaib at a rally yesterday promoting the leftist idea, the international leftist idea, that the subjugated of the world are all in solidarity with one another, and that the true story of humanity is white people all over, and she counts Jews with whites. White people all
Okay, there are plenty of Israelis that are fucking not white. Okay, some Israelis don't even like those not white people, as a matter of fact, depending on how not white they are, i.e. Ethiopian Jews and African Jews in general. Look no further than the wonderful IDF program that even Tucker Carlson thought was incredible, where the IDF was going to train civilians to find and out and forcibly remove Ethiopian Jews that are not supposed to be within the borders of Israel. Tucker Carlson thought that was fucking sick, and then America should do it as well. Anyway, but like, yeah, no, there are white Jews, and then there are non-white Jews. It's not a monolith, obviously, because Jews come from all around the world, from different backgrounds and all of that. But I think what most people say, it's been 3 to 4 days of you covering this, and you haven't stopped Israel yourself yet. What do I pay you 2 cents an hour for? Yeah. What the fuck was I talking about? I totally forgot. God damn it. I totally forgot. I just read the fucking take. I love how they pretended the IDF cannot surgically and precisely enter Hamas operated regions that greatly minimize collateral damage to Palestinian civilians. They forcibly gave Ethiopian Jews birth control. This explains what you're saying. What is this fucking link, dude? You've been spamming this nonstop. What? What the fuck is this? Faisal al-Shaka? A short video explaining Israel's relationship with Palestine? What?
Hey! Come back here and fight me like a man. If you come near me again, I'm gonna break your face. No, bro, you keep coming in at the wrong time. He punched me.
Breaking news, a Palestinian man incites violence and threatens to kill an innocent Israeli man. Folks, this footage is too disturbing to show, so we won't show it.
This is kind of cringe, dude.
Yes, finally. Hey, that's my phone. It's mine now. Give it back. No.
No, I can't watch. This is too fucking cringe to watch. Okay, I can't watch this. Anyway, what's your take on Turkish genocide on Armenians? What is it, chat? If only there was a command for this, because this is the most common fucking way to deflect away. Okay, let's watch.
all over who are subjugating brown people all over. This
That's
is
my video. Thanks. I thought I did good. Shut the fuck up. Don't say that. It's good. It's just maybe not the best for this moment in time.
something that Jamal Bowman, who's standing right next to Rashida Tlaib when she says this, also is putting out there. It's the reason why Black Lives Matter has in its manifesto, in its program, end the Israeli occupation. And because there's a lie that is out there, going all the way back to Franz Fanon, that basically anybody who has a European way of life is an oppressor, and anybody else is not an oppressor. They are the victimized. And so the oppressed of the world have to rise up in anti-colonialist fashion, right? That's what this language is. So here's Rashida Tlaib suggesting that what the Israelis are, quote unquote, doing to the Palestinians is what the police do to black and brown people. I assume that's what she means by they, because if she doesn't mean the police by they, if she doesn't mean two separate terms by they, as you will see, then she's just talking about the Jews. And that's just pure anti-Semitism. So here's Rashida Tlaib suggesting somehow a connection between police treatment of black and brown people in the United States, which again she lies about, to Israeli treatment of Palestinians. So there are a few things that are wrong with this. One, the police in the United States are not systemically racist. Put that aside. Number two, the Israelis are not white. Okay, this
Okay. Oh, this is what I was going to say. When Rashida Tlaib talks about like white people, or when I say like this is Israel having its like Western white colonizer moment, I don't mean they're literally fucking white. I mean they're acting like white people, okay? They're acting like how white people have historically acted. And when I say how white people have historically acted, I mean Western colonial expansion, okay? And that is literally what's going on. So it's kind of funny that Ben is doing the whole like, actually, Sweaty, these fucking oppressors, these colonizers in this circumstance, well, some of them are not white, so it's kind of fucked up. I thought being white was all right, Ben. Why are you now all of a sudden trying to fucking use the POC shield?
this bizarre
Shields up, boys.
notion that the Israelis are white ignores the fact that like half of Israelis, more than half of Israelis, by percentage, are from Arabic countries. Okay, the Jews who have been killed in Israel, there's some from Yemen, there's some from Morocco. They're
Dude, this is funny as fuck. Dude, he's literally trying to do identity politics. The intersectionality of the Jews being killed in Israel. How dare you? How dare you say they're behaving like white colonizers? That's
plenty
great.
of Jews who are not white. Okay, and Jews, technically speaking, were not white until like the last 5 minutes when they became prominent in American politics. Until then, they were considered an outgroup. Okay, but here's Rashida Tlaib pushing this vile nonsense, this vile racially polarizing nonsense. And by the way,
Yo, if like the Israeli supremacist attitudes are not similar to white colonizers, then why are they fucking over Ethiopian Jews and shit? Or why did the fucking crowd, like literally 2 days ago, why did the Jewish crowd, the Israeli crowd, look for a Palestinian, an Arab Israeli, I guess, which is still a colonizer language, but like a Palestinian living in Israel, and then ended up beating the shit out of just, again, a Jewish Israeli who was just browner. It's like whenever motherfuckers say like, Islamophobia is not racist, sweaty. Yeah, but it's fucking racialized, dude. Like, it's literally racialized. It's just like the ethno-state project in Israel also has a racialized component as well.
the way, pro-Hamas nonsense, because she has nary a word to say about Hamas firing rockets indiscriminately into civilian population centers and using human shields in order to protect themselves.
Our freedom is interconnected with black, brown, indigenous. It is connected. What they are doing to the Palestinian people is what they continue to do to our black brothers and sisters here, to the immigrant community here, and enough. So I want you to know this. As you all are marching for freedom of Palestine, please know that you must be marching for everybody's freedom. It is all interconnected.
It's all interconnected, you see.
This is how you grow this movement.
But by the
This
way,
how
it
you
is.
Spread the truth.
For
I mean, it is. Like, it literally is. Because the oppression of marginalized communities, which historically has featured Jews as well, by the way, and still does in certain respects, just not in fucking Israel, is usually very similar. Just like colonization is oftentimes very fucking similar. Let's see. Ben said, by the way, it is. I want to hear what he has to say.
the left,
Thank you so
you wonder about the red, what people have termed the red-green alliance, meaning the sort of communist, red Islamist alliance. The answer is there.
What? Wait. Is he trying to say the red-brown alliance? Like, or is he gonna... Wait, what the fuck is he talking about?
Aimed at tearing down American institutions, tearing down Western institutions. Israel is seen as an extension of that. They don't hate America because they hate Israel.
Dude, red alliance. Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, the communist Islamist alliance, dude. Muslim is green. Yeah, Muslim communist alliance. Okay, yeah, when you have no fucking argument, you just make one up. You just craft one up that's like fucking idiotic. And because your audience are a bunch of goddamn hogs that eat the slop that you feed them, hook, line, and sinker, they'll just be like, yeah, he's right. It's because, yeah. I wonder why an American congresswoman of Palestinian descent would be for ending the oppression and the occupation of, like, literally people like her grandmother, okay? I wonder why she would have a take like that. Oh, it must be because they want to end American civilization. That's what it is.
Israel. They hate Israel because they hate America. I mean, this is the basic notion that Rashida Tlaib is connecting the institutions of the United States with what's going on in Israel. In order to conflate all of that, you have to acknowledge that what she's really attempting to do is condemn all of the systems of the West because there is some supposed underclass that is being repressed by these systems. And so,
I mean, but like we're not even talking about it from the capitalist point of view of like workers being the permanent underclass, like, or the inherent contradictions within the class interests under capitalism and how they clash with one another. Like, but we can watch the footage, Ben. Like, the footage exists. Like, you can see IDF soldiers rolling into Al-Aqsa Mosque and fucking over people who are praying inside the mosque in the middle of Ramadan. Like, we can see it with our fucking eyes. And a lot of people, unfortunately for Ben Shabibo, are actually paying attention for the first time in the West. That's what's really triggering for people like Ben, who have enjoyed the support, or rather the lack of care from Western media watchers in regards to the Israel-Palestine situation. Like, he's gotten away with some of the more psychotic, bloodthirsty things that he has been able to say, including, but not limited to, what was it? Israelis like to build, Arabs like to live in sewage, and bomb things. If I recall, that was a famous Ben Shapiro quote. Like, or when he wrote about literally doing a final solution on all the Arabs, all the Palestinians living in Palestine, in an effort to make sure that that Israel ethno-state could exist. He wrote this back in 2003 in Town Hall. So, you know, all of this stuff, he enjoyed being able to spread fascist propaganda about Israel because people didn't turn around and go, what the fuck are you talking about? This is kind of unacceptable. Because being on the side of the Palestinian struggle, or even admitting that Palestinians are humans, anything beyond saying like every Palestinian is a fucking terrorist that deserves to die, was met with so much aggression. Okay? So much aggression by the American media. This tweet from Ben Shapiro has been withheld in Germany, France, based on local laws. Israelis like to build, Arabs like to bomb crap and live in open sewage. This is not a difficult issue. Hashtag settlements rock. Censorship. Absolutely incredible censorship. I cannot believe that these communist nations like France and Germany would dare stop me from being able to say true things that are psychopathic. Hold on, I gotta block this person. Dude, like, god damn, nothing more annoying than fucking annoying ass like salespeople that fucking just spam you with shit. Okay. France just made demonstrations for Palestine illegal. Oh my god, dude. Okay. The French Interior Minister has issued a blanket ban on protests in solidarity with Palestine. For months, Emmanuel Macron's government has joined the far right in denouncing Islamo-leftism, a war on anti-racist movements that is now undermining basic civil liberties. It's great, dude. Obviously, these guys
will make excuses for any level of violence in the same way that members of the Radical Democratic Party make excuses for people burning down cities and murdering people. In the United States, they make excuses for Hamas firing rockets indiscriminately into civilian areas. Now, again, this is all anti-factual. Sumya Santosh is a 32-year-old Indian woman who, in order to care for her 9-year-old boy, found work in Ashkelon caring for an 80-year-old woman. And she was blown up by Hamas, like yesterday. 19-year-old...
Wait, if Ben tried to do an accounting of all the people that died in Israeli rocket fire, this video would be literally like 40 minutes long for the record. 2 women died in Israel yesterday. They died when they fell, and this is not even a joke. Like, and by the way, it's still fucking horrible, obviously. But 2 women died in Israel yesterday as they fell when they were escaping to a bomb shelter, for the record. And that is because of the Iron Dome. And I don't even have a problem with the Iron Dome. I've talked about how fucking wonderful it is and how wild it is. But he's going to list all the Palestinians he considers people. Yeah.
Yehuda Guetta from Libya was shot and killed earlier this week by a Palestinian American named Muntasser Shalabi, who was motivated, according to his neighbors, by equal parts Jew hatred and heavy gambling deaths.
Wait, what? What the fuck's he talking about? Is he like bringing up... Dude, I mean, Israelis fucking died in the past couple of days. Like, you don't have to go and like... What? You don't have to go and find like other instances where like a Palestinian person like murdered an Israeli person or something. Like, you don't have to bring up like random acts of fucking violence. Like, there's already like Hamas rockets that fucking killed Israeli people. It's so weird that he's just like...
Deaths. According to Tablet Mag, the basic attempt to conflate American racial politics with the Middle East is not only intellectually dishonest, but has terrible motivations. Okay, and this is, by the way, why you are seeing Jews getting beat up in different places in the United States. Yesterday in Florida, there was a truck that was driving around to Jewish rallies that saying Hitler was right. Okay, the conflation between anti-Zionism and anti...
What the fuck? Dog, are you fucking insane? Are you insane, dude? I wonder in Florida, the guy who was saying Hitler was right, I wonder what his political motivations were. He was probably a Ben Shapiro watcher, you fucking jackass. Now that's one. Those are your people, you fucking piece of shit. That's one. And 2, like, imagine fucking creating a ground for so many white supremacists to pop up on YouTube in your fucking alt-right pipeline and then getting upset when they come out against you because you're Jewish. So that's one. Okay. And two, they're literal Trump supporters. Okay. The left murders Nazis. The left doesn't create Nazis, you fucking idiot. Okay. And what I am confused by is like, he's like trying to claim that this is creating like what, anti-Semitism among Nazis in America, in Florida? Like, what the fuck kind of take is this, dude? Yeah, fuck those Nazis. Okay? Except when I call motherfuckers like that Nazis, Ben is literally the first person on the line to be like, hold on now, hypothetically, what if this person wasn't anti-Semitic and only demonstrated their white supremacist attitudes towards Muslims and blacks, which I agree with, in which case they probably should not be robbed of their youth and robbed of their future. Hypothetically speaking, we should protect the freedom of speech of these people, unless they are anti-Semitic, in which case, hypothetically speaking, then fuck them. Yeah, Palestinians call Charlottesville. Ben's about to be like, all of these... yeah, he's... Hold on here. This is me doing my Ben Shapiro here, okay? Hypothetically, ladies and gentlemen, hypothetically, what you are seeing here are a bunch of Palestinians saying Jews will not replace us. Hypothetically, none of these people are actually Ben Shapiro fans, but instead, they are all technically Palestinians. Look, here's another photo of a bunch of Palestinians. Do you see this? Look at all these Palestinians here. Actually, yeah, like literal neo-Nazis, dude. Hitler was right. Neo-Nazis arrive at pro-Israel rally in van covered with hate speech. We rally for peace in this van filled with hate. Call for genocide. Threads keep circling. Thank you for our local law enforcement. No, but guys, these guys wearing SS t-shirts, I mean, they're Palestinians. Guys, obviously, I mean, they have a Palestinian flag, hypothetically, so they must be Palestinians. I mean, look at them. They seem to be really big advocates of Palestine. I mean, look at this, dude. Like, how can you look at this story and be like, I can't believe that the Palestinians would do this? Master race. Why is everybody who says master race looks like they Heil Hitler, dude? Literally, everyone who's master race is just fucking... Sorry to say this, people are gonna get mad because I'm like ugly shaming or whatever, or body shaming, but like, god damn, dude, just fucking hit the gym first. You know what I mean? Not to sound too much like Jordan Peterson, but honestly, just find your fucking chin, dog, okay? Just find your chin first, and then maybe then you can at least act like, you know, there's like some fucking supreme behavior going on there. Motherfuckers look like they hate Hitler. Anyway, Ian Miles Chong said they had gay power written on front. Yeah, dude, these guys definitely seem like a bunch of Palestinian and LGBT activists and not a bunch of fucking Nazis, dude. God damn, dude. Also, it's not saying gay. It's like they're saying like they're crossing out gay, I think. Oh, it's saying goy. It's not saying gay power. It's saying goy power. Oh, never mind. Oh, it says goy power. That's saying goys. Yeah. The Dersh had some fucking takes on Bernie. Very exciting that the definitely not a pedophile Alan Dershowitz was dusted off the shelf to come back and attack fucking Bernie Sanders. But before we watch this, boys, it is fucking top of the hour. And what that means is there's a 60-second ad break coming to you right now. So we're going to watch that. But, or wait, we're going to finish the Ben Shapiro video really quickly. But before we finish the Ben Shapiro video, here's the ad break. If you don't want to see the fucking ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Here's the 1-minute ad. Now I have to pee really bad.
Anti-Semitism. Not everybody who doesn't like Israel is an anti-Semite, but every anti-Semite is anti-Israel. Okay, so it's pretty incredible to see these narratives trotted out. Perhaps the dumbest narrative, of course, is the narrative trotted out by Trevor Noah. So yesterday, Trevor Noah literally said that Israel should stop defending itself because they're too good at defending themselves.
Just personally, I cannot watch that footage and hear those numbers and see a fair fight. Like, set aside motives and intentions and just look at technology alone. Israel has one of the most powerful militaries in the world. And I know that people are going to hate me for this, but I just want to ask an honest question here. If you are in a fight where the other person cannot beat you, how hard should you retaliate when they try to hurt you?
As hard as you need to make them stop hurting you. Also, by hurt you, I think that he is making a pretty significant category error here. There's a difference between a child trying to physically harm me and a terrorist group firing rockets at people and murdering them. The answer is, as much as you need to do to stop Hamas's capacity to commit terror attacks, But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because the entire American left has also decided that if a black girl swings a knife at another black girl, the cop shouldn't shoot her because of power imbalance or some such nonsense. None of this is shocking. It's just morally blind. And moral blindness is the name of the game when it comes to the American and international left. The battle for the culture is heating up. We here at the Daily Wire are making some big moves. So be sure to like.
Okay, I got to run that back. Sorry. I'm sorry. The battle for the culture.
Okay, and this is, by the way, why you are seeing Jews getting beat up in different places in the United States.
My favorite part was just as I got up to pee, Ben Shapiro said, not all anti-Zionists are anti-Semites, but all anti-Semites are anti-Zionist. And that is the funniest lie that Ben has ever told, okay? Like, literally, Viktor Orban is right there, okay? I mean, fucking Bibi Netanyahu himself could be considered anti-Semitic. Or no, he didn't say anti-Zionist, sorry. He said all anti-Semites are... He said anti-Semites are anti-Israel? No, he didn't say all anti-Semites are anti-Israel.
Yesterday in Florida, there was a truck that was driving around to Jewish rallies that saying Hitler was right. Okay, the conflation between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. Not everybody who doesn't like Israel is an anti-Semite, but
he said not everybody who doesn't like Israel is an anti-Semite. Okay, true.
Anti-Semite is anti-Israel.
But every anti-Semite is anti-Israel. It's literally not true. Yeah, are you guys not understanding, or am I not understanding? Or did I say it incorrectly?
Anti-Semite, but every anti-Semite.
He said not everybody who doesn't like Israel is an anti-Semite. He's saying that, yeah, I heard it correctly. I guess I misspoke. He said not everybody who likes Israel is an anti-Semite, which is true. Okay? But every anti-Semite is anti-Israel, and that is not true. There are plenty.
Semite is anti-Israel. Okay, so it's pretty.
There are plenty of anti-Semites that love Israel. Okay, there are a lot of anti-Semites that fucking love Israel. You said Zionist instead of Israel? Yeah, I think I said Zionist instead of Israel, and that's what threw people off. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Ben has literally defended anti-Semites and their anti-Semitism because they're pro-Israel. Like, anti-Semites love Israel. It's like Israel fucking is killing Muslims, which anti-Semites obviously fucking also hate Muslims a lot of times. And also it's a place for all the Jews to go to. Like, so, no, it's like a double whammy for a fuckload of anti-Semites, dude. I mean, Richard Spencer is a fucking Nazi who's like pro-Jewish state.
Pretty incredible to see these narratives trotted out. Perhaps the dumbest narrative, of course, is the narrative trotted out by Trevor Noah. So yesterday, Trevor Noah literally said that Israel should stop defending itself because they're too good at defending themselves.
Just personally, I cannot watch that footage and
I mean, he
hear
kind
those
of did
numbers
say that.
and see a fair fight.
He kind of did say that.
Like, set aside motives and intentions and just look at technology alone. Israel has one of the most powerful militaries in the world. And I know that people are going to hate me for this, but I just want to ask an honest question here. If you are in a fight where the other person cannot beat you, how hard should you retaliate when they try to hurt you?
As hard as you need to make them stop hurting you. Also, by hurt you, I think that he is making a pretty significant category error here. There's a difference between a child trying to physically harm me and a terrorist group firing rockets at people and murdering them. The answer is,
the answer is Israel is doing exactly that, but in a way that is so disproportionate and so unacceptable. Yeah. Exactly. I'm glad that Ben, in the end, comes around to accepting that Israel's brutality needs to end.
Need to do to stop Hamas's capacity to commit terror attacks. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised because the entire American left has also decided.
Sorry, I didn't realize Ben was just advocating for self-defensive genocide.
That if a black girl swings a knife at another black girl, the cop shouldn't shoot her because of power imbalance or some such nonsense. None of this is shocking. It's just morally blind.
Oh, he just fucking made up a new thing. Okay. Why rockets are raining down on innocent Israelis?